All right, we're live, but we're going to give folks a little bit of time to log on and to get this notification. We've got some storms coming through the area, nothing severe at this time, but we are under a tornado watch, which I'll update you on here in just a moment. Here on YouTube and Facebook, I'm meteorologist Charlie Neese, and we'll be seeing this activity as we go through the daytime today, and we'll be watching it very closely. There is a tornado watch that is in effect for Middle Tennessee until 3 o'clock this afternoon. And again, just letting some people log on. We've got a couple of waves of storms that will be affecting Middle Tennessee today. One this morning, it's 11:15 in the morning on the 2nd of April. That's just for people who end up watching this after it streams live. So this is an 11:15 update on 4/20/24. We do have one band of showers that's getting ready to push through that I'll be talking about. All right, so the reason that I'm here is I'm getting some messages about the storms that are moving through Middle Tennessee right now. This is the first wave of storms pushing through Middle Tennessee right now. This is going to be a multi-wave event today. So severe weather is likely. We already have a tornado watch that's in effect for Middle Tennessee until 3 o'clock. And for eastern areas, that may be extended until later on in the afternoon and evening hours. With this threat, there are tornadoes that are possible. We're hoping that the first wave stabilizes the air enough that maybe the second wave isn't as potent, but you can't rule that out today. We have a lot of energy in the atmosphere. I've got 71 degrees right now and rain in the Franklin area, but our dew point's 68 degrees here. That's a lot of moisture for this system to work with, and we've got a lot of energy in the atmosphere that's tapping into that warmth and moisture. Again, hopefully the storms that are coming through now will maybe affect the second wave later on this afternoon, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you have enough energy to overcome any kind of cooling that's from the rain that comes in first. Regardless, we're going to see at least 2 waves of storms likely today across Middle Tennessee. So this first wave is coming through right now. You can see rain extending from Kentucky, where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, and then extending down into Middle Tennessee. There is nothing severe at this point. That's the good news. No severe weather at this moment. The strongest of the thunderstorms, though, are coming through Bellevue back into really Highway 96 between Franklin and Fairview, that I'll be showing you here in a moment in a little closer inspection. But everywhere you see in the red, that's the tornado watch that's in effect until 3 o'clock. We'll take a closer inspection of what's going on the radar this morning. We turn off the watch, make sure that any warnings are being updated here. And so this is what we've got going on at this moment. The strongest of the thunderstorms you can see right now from around Bellevue, extending down to the south, and this is a pretty strong cell right here. This is along 840. It stretches from near 840 right close to Pinewood Road and 840, and then all the way back up into Bellevue. So Fairview, you're on the back side of some of the heaviest rain, but you've got more rain coming into here as well. So there's Fairview right in there. And as you make your way back, you've got a little bit of a break coming, but more rains back to the west of that. And then very heavy rains coming in through with some lightning and thunder into Bellevue. And this is pretty close to where it's Pasco, where Sneed Road comes into 100 right there by the Loveless. And that's going to continue pushing off toward the east over the next few minutes. Again, no warnings with this at the moment, but those heavy rains are also going to be coming out of the west side. So from around Ashland City Highway and Briley Parkway down into Bellevue, pushing off toward the east. It's going to move through Green Hills. It's going to move through Forest Hills. It's going to move through Belmead and then into the downtown area. So if you're traveling or have travel plans, you might ought to just wait this out just because the rain's going to be so heavy. And then that line extends down. You might be able to hear the thunder here at the Weather House. But the strongest part of this cell right now, or this complex, is right there at 840, close to Pinewood Road, which is Highway 46. It's about to move into, after that, it's going to move into Leapers Fork. So right, this purple area is a good indication we could be seeing some hail here. And then this is 840. There is the Pinewood Road exit on 840, just on the west side of Leapers Fork. So again, you're probably hearing the thunder outside the house now. Now again, at this moment, there are no warnings that are in effect with this area. It wouldn't surprise me though, you can see the lightning strikes with this. Now there's the radar update. So if we are seeing a little bit of hail, it's moved up to the north a little bit here, and it's moving toward Kingfield. So Pinewood Road is right here. It's listed as Highway 46, seeing a really big uptick in the lightning. There's a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with this cell. But there's Pinewood Road, and right here is Leapers Fork. There is what could be some hail with this system. There's where you run up through into the hills on the ridge at Kingfield. And so it's going to continue pushing off toward the east. Eventually, it's going to be crossing Old Hillsborough Road, and then just south and pretty close to Highway 96. So let me pull this down a little bit for you on the west side of Franklin. So this is the intersection right here of Highway 46, or Highway 96 and Old Hillsborough Road, right in here. And so the strongest part of this cell is going to be pushing off toward the east, right in through here. And if we do see a warning issued, this is likely where it's going to be, although again, right now, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings with this. Not showing any signs. Let me take a look at the velocity data with this. So there's at least some weak rotation. Let me look from the Weather Service, and I'm near where that cell is coming through, so that you're going to hear a lot of thunder and let's see. So pea-sized hail was reported a little earlier with this cell in Fairview, which pretty much matches what I'm seeing. So there is a little bit of wind. There's maybe some weak rotation with this. Strong updraft. To get hail in a... I told you I'm right under the lightning core with this cell. So right in through here, I think I'm still streaming. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Right in through here is where we're seeing the hail core and perhaps a little bit of rotation. I am getting hammered with cloud-to-ground lightning. I'm under that, what looks like to be a little bit of weak rotation and that hail core. So let me zoom out just a little bit, show you where I'm talking about here. Hopefully I'm still streaming. I've taken enough lightning strikes. West side of Franklin, here's downtown Franklin. Here's that cell that I'm under right now. You see this little curve right here? This is an indication that this is trying to have some weak rotation. You're getting inflow into the storm, warm, moist air lifting into it, and it's trying to rotate. Still not seeing a severe thunderstorm warning or anything with it. Looking at data from the Weather Service. Yeah, other than it's a strong thunderstorm with a lot of lightning at this point, just under severe levels, getting a lot of rainfall. But here's downtown Franklin. So this is going to come up Highway 96 right into the Franklin area. And then a little wider view again, showing this whole cluster stretching from downtown. It's right on top of me. Stretching from downtown to on the west side of Franklin and then farther south. And so as you make your way a little farther south into Murray County, that's right in through here. So this part of it's going to be affecting Columbia over the next few minutes. So still no warnings from the Weather Service, but because it's got some lightning and thunder, if you're in Franklin, some folks are wondering, are there any warnings with it? So that's why I'm streaming right now. This is just wave 1 likely. Wave 2 will be coming through a little later this afternoon. It's going to be developing back to the west, probably back in here as the front itself moves through. This is all ahead of the front. But back in here, that's where we see the potential for more thunderstorms to develop and then come through as a second wave, probably sometime around 2-ish to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that is the update for now. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning well up to the north of us, and that's up over parts of Kentucky. I'm checking some data coming in on my phone. This is what I'm looking at right now. But still, fortunately, nothing severe at the moment. Just a strong thunderstorm. So this thunderstorm warning is up over Kentucky and includes the risk of 60-mile-an-hour winds for northern Allen, southeastern Warren, central Barron, and southeastern Edmonson counties. So that's well to the north. This is the cluster that's moving through Middle Tennessee. 2 lightning cores with it. One is right here in the Bellevue area that's pushing off toward the east now. And then the second one is on the west side of Franklin. So this is moving. Bellevue, you're going to start to see the rain let up over the next few minutes, and as the heaviest pushes toward the east, and again, that's moving toward Forest Hills, Green Hills, some of the heaviest coming into Belmead right now, and then extending on up into downtown. And that'll be pushing eastward, and eventually we'll cross Interstate 65 as we go through the next few minutes. Very heavy rain. The atmosphere is loaded with moisture right now. There is very, very heavy rain with this. Still a pretty decent indication that we have some hail with this as well. Let me put this into motion. Pushing off toward the east. There it goes. There's your potential, at least some small hail. Actually, I've got some wind. I'm going to step off screen just a moment. I've got a little bit of hail falling on Highway 96 on the west side of Franklin. So I can, and it's smashing against my window now. So I can confirm right here we are seeing hail. That's a lot of hail, and there's wind with it too. This probably, we're right on the threshold of severe, even though they haven't issued a severe thunderstorm warning for it. I can tell you that we're right on the threshold of it being a severe thunderstorm just because I'm underneath that hail core right now. So where that purple is, that's hail. I also saw about a 27-mile-an-hour gust with that as I look at my my weather monitor there. So hail lasted about a minute, probably about pea-sized hail with that, and then a lot of heavy rain and gusty winds between 25 and 30 miles an hour with that, so just below severe levels. But again, this is where I'm looking at this. I can confirm that there is hail, not big hail, about probably pea-sized hail, but it is blowing hail, and now I'm on the backside of it now. The rain's really letting up. But this, to me, so you've got, to get hail, you have to have a strong updraft. And so that gets the raindrops into a level of air that's below freezing. It gets caught in the upward motion of the updraft, then the downdraft where the rain is, then back into the updraft. And so what you see is the raindrops will freeze into a small ball of ice. That's what hail is. And to get that action, you have to have a strong updraft. This is a strong updraft on the west side of Franklin. So let me double check too, because I may have taken enough of a hit. I'm going to close that. You're going to see a black screen for just a second, and I'm going to reopen it